They're not working at all with reality. Sure, in a perfect world, that's the way that it works. People just magically do the right thing because it's the right thing to do, but nope, that's not what we live in. I needed help turning in my predators. That's what I needed. Now, in order to do that, I needed a safe place where my predators could not come and reach out and touch me. Where they couldn't continue to threaten and harass my friends and family. Now, my friends and family, did they go after the predators? No, they treated me like shit. When Sheriff Scott DaCosta intimidated my little sister when I was trying to turn in that paperwork with Leslie Snell, shit, literally right after that situation, not even 30 minutes later, my little sister is getting a hold of me and telling me, hey, Sean, people are threatening me. Cops followed me. And if those things really happen, you do need to speak out. If you speak out, you got me in your corner. If you don't speak out and you're going to be a coward, the best way that I can try to keep you safe is getting completely the fuck away from you. People want to pretend like them pussyfooting around and not keeping their word is no big thing. I should be fine with it because I'm not in prison for murdering somebody I didn't murder. No. What, you think I was trying to get help for an entire year before she was killed? Because she was killed? No, it doesn't work that way. That's the problem with asshats fucking up and then wanting to jump all over the timeline. When they realize that they screwed up, between admitting that they screwed up and pulling the bullshit that Meg is pulling, they pull the bullshit that Meg is pulling. I will try to keep your name safe. But if you're not doing your job and you're not speaking up, no, your name doesn't get to be kept safe. You're a fucking witness, goddammit. You either fucking speak up or I will. That's not a goddamn threat, that's a fucking promise. I went to you for help. If I went to you for help and you blew me off, it's not my fault that you blew me off. No matter how long the length of time is, whether you blow me off for 6 hours or 6 weeks, you're still blowing me off. If you got shit to do, I can understand that. If you got family issues going on, I can understand that. If it takes you a few weeks because of those issues, I can understand that. But 6 years? Yeah, no, I don't understand that. I don't understand how you can pretend to care about me, but in 6 years' time, you never take the time to actually listen. I have to repeat myself over and over again because you try to mislead the situation. Now, there's a lot of people that now that they know they're being recorded aren't nearly as honest because they know they're being recorded. That's the number one reason for not telling people they were being recorded. If they're too big cowards to come forward on their own, and they're telling me that it won't do any good and nobody's going to listen to them. Well, there's a reason nobody heard you. It's because you didn't open your fucking mouth, stupid. Meanwhile, I'm forced to do things that put myself and others at risk every fucking day. It is not safe for me to fucking drive. It's not safe. When I'm not getting any sleep because I have nonstop fucking anxiety attacks, at nighttime especially, I don't have any positive interaction. I have zero friends because of slander. because I was never allowed to defend myself against that slander. Nobody let me defend myself. They just abused me. Fuck you, Meg! Get off your fucking fat ass! If you're gonna tell me you can't do these things because of your personal fucking problems, you need to tell the courts, you need to tell the public, or you are neglecting your duties as an advocate. It's not your job, it's not your job, it's not your job. According to the state of Nebraska, because you have the title of advocate, it is literally your job. And then if you want to throw in my face shit that you weren't there for as your excuse for doing the fucked up shit that you did, no, fuck you. Meg wants to keep telling me she's a good person. No, she's not. Good people admit when they fuck up. They don't go out of their way to try to change the timeline to suit their needs. They don't go out of their way to replace facts with opinions. If the things that you told me 2 years ago were true 2 years ago, but you're going to change your mind now, well, then you're not being honest about the events. You're changing your mind. You are selectively choosing at that point to lie. You don't want any consequences. Oh, I understand that fully. When I had to break the law to try to force someone to actually take it seriously, that included Megan Misegatis. If these people can't fess up to where they fucked up, I got no place and no use for them. They're not honest. Trying to tell me, oh, I'm 100% honest. Don't fucking lie to me, Meg, you fucking piece of shit. If you're going to lie to me, no, I can't trust you. If you're going to make excuses for my predators like the fucking lawnmower excuse, holy hell, no, I can't trust you. These people did horrible things to me, and you're going to make the excuse of I have a loud lawnmower? Why was it that I was driving a fucking lawnmower instead of a vehicle? Because I didn't have a vehicle, didn't have the money for a vehicle, and also I didn't have a fucking driver's license. Hadn't had one since the day I left Virginia. I tried to explain these things to Meg, who just wanted to argue. It's not her job, it's not her job, it's not her job. Meanwhile, the cops and Amanda wanted to argue with me because according to them it is. And according to the Nebraska state law, it is. If she's not going to fucking advocate, she should not have the word advocate in her title. She said she was a volunteer. She still calls herself an advocate. The duties of an advocate, she did not follow at all. If you're not going to advocate for people, if you're going to just push the getting into housing, and then once that person's in housing, it's all over with and everything's fine and dandy. No, that doesn't do anything about the fact that I can't turn in my fucking abusers because I have to turn in my abusers to my fucking abusers. Meg needed to speak up about it when it was going on. Now, she apologized because it took her a while. Now, of course, she's also in a pissed off mood, and she's one of those people who will go, oh, well, you said it was 6 months, and it was only 5.5 months. So you're lying. Close fucking enough. It might have been 7 months. Does it make that much of a difference, that 2 months? Actually, yeah, it does. It really does. The most important part, though, is right at the very start. When somebody needs to turn in those crimes, they need someone there in person. I didn't have someone there in person. Dallas is too much of a coward and a drunk. That's not my fault. He doesn't like confrontation. Well, he had absolutely no issues with confrontation when I told the truth. Wanted to be even more pissed off that I posted it. Well, I told him I was fucking gonna. You come forward or I post it. Pretty simple. I will keep speaking until I am actually heard. Not listening to reply, but listening to understand. When you're busy interrupting me to make excuses, you are not listening to understand. You are listening to make excuses. And you are showing your intent by doing that. If Megan Misigatis was a good person, instead of trying to argue with me, she would try to understand. And she's not. She's not trying to understand. She knows that her actions had consequences for me. But she wants to sidestep out of it. She wants to pretend like none of these things happened over bad assumptions and mistakes that she made. It wasn't just her who fucked up. Everybody fucked up. Everybody did the same thing. Yeah, Sean, I care. Well, then fucking speak up. If you were good people, you wouldn't need to be prompted to fucking speak up. You'd do it because it's the right fucking thing to do. King of Nickels knew that the narrative about her was fucking bullshit too. Now, I tried to keep King of Nickels' name safe. Tried to allow her to speak up on her own, to save her some embarrassment. I won't get embarrassed. She certainly will. But I tried my best to keep her name safe. And it got to the point where I couldn't. If people are telling me that they're being threatened and harassed, and you want me to ignore that situation, no, you're not trying to help me. When you're pulling at straws for fucking excuses, you know what? Your excuses, not a single one of your excuses, not Meg's excuses, not Brandy Copen's excuses, not Teresa Orn's excuses, not Neil DiMaccio's excuses, not King of Nickels' excuses. None of those excuses outweigh the value of the lives that have been lost because they didn't speak up. They all wanted to argue, every one of them, that it wouldn't make a difference. It wouldn't make a difference. It wouldn't make a difference. Of course it won't make a difference if you never try. I didn't make these people do predatory things. Now, the dynamics of me calling people out, well, you know what? If that's what it takes, that's what I will do. If recording the conversations between you and I and posting them on the internet is the only way to show that I'm telling the truth, that's what I will do. Because I am still taking the abuse. I am still living in this fucking shithole. In order to try to get help, I am yet again at the point where literally I have to break the law to try to get help. I want to believe Meg, but she's got it in her head that I'm some sort of a fucking retard who doesn't know what's going on in my own goddamn life. I know exactly where I'm at. I'm in Hood River, Oregon. There's a lot of situations where I went out of my way to try to keep people safe by not letting everybody and their dog know where I was at. One of those situations was Jamie Curtis's, but I was actually fine with James Payton, know where I was at. I was fairly certain he'd been over to the house. I was fairly certain that if he or his family were watching those videos, they'd still be talking about it. And sure enough, they were. These predators went at me and never let up. And I'm told I have to do it by myself from a bunch of people who aren't even willing to look at evidence and aren't willing to speak up even after looking at it. They'll tell me that I'm right. Well, I already know I'm right. When I told you I saved the evidence, it's because I saved the fucking evidence. That recording with Dallas Richmond, the one that's posted up, that's an old-ass recording. An old-ass recording. I recorded that a long time ago. Before you go claiming I'm slandering your name and that you never said those things, you should first find out if I still have that evidence. Yes, a lot of it's been stolen, but what are the chances that the evidence that was stolen was the recording is with you? That depends on the period of time. At what point in time did Rawlins Police Department have what computer? At what point in time did Lana Engeline and Amanda Engeline outright lie to me and steal a computer full of evidence and not return it for over a year and a half? I needed that evidence, just like the evidence that was stolen by Rawlins Police Department. Yes, I needed that evidence to turn in my predators in Colorado. They were allowed to abuse their positions to prevent me from turning them in, and everybody knows these tactics. All of them speak up about these tactics because they're aware. Even Meg is aware. But is she speaking up about how wrong this is? No, she's not. Apparently, she thinks it's okay. You can't advocate for somebody if you think that they're not a human being. And all these people who don't want to fess up to where they fucked up, where they were supposed to help and didn't, where the cops misled the situation and so did they. Now either the cops are lying or you are lying. Meg, are you lying or did the cops lie? Pretty simple. One of you lied. Your stories don't line up. Did Mandy Hughes lie? Or did Officer Amanda Jonas lie? Because they told me two completely different things. When Amanda Jonas got busted and realized she got busted lying, well, she wasn't going to talk to me anymore. She already knew that she wasn't supposed to talk to me to begin with. She was one of the officers I was trying to turn in over an incident where they didn't do their job. You guys tell me, did you go to the cops? Yes, I did go to the cops. They fucking lied to me. Then you tell me it's okay for the cops to fucking lie to me. And then you tell me it's okay for them to lie in court. No, the fuck it's not. It's against the law. When Meg Misigatis is making these excuses, well, you can see on the news that these things are illegal if you do them to anybody else. But she's wanting to, obviously, listen to the very predators that I'm trying to turn in. And then she can't think clearly because she's angry. Well, she can go ahead and stay fucking angry. She should have told the truth from the start. Now, at the very beginning of that recording with her, it's like 3 hours long. It's going to take me a couple of days to fucking download it, at least. And I'll have to wait at Starbucks the entire time. I got to get some fucking sleep. I can't get any sleep because I don't have any help. You guys want to pretend that because they talk nice that magically it means that they're the good guys. No, that's not the fucking case. I am pissed off at these people for a fucking reason. This is their job. This is their job description. This is their titles. This is what they're supposed to do. A lot of people want to tell me things that I already know as if I'm too retarded to understand it. No, I'm already aware of those things. I've looked them up. There's also a lot of people who want to spout ignorant bullshit at me, but it's the only excuse that they have that they can possibly try to stand on. What a bunch of fucking morons. You're going to say I slandered you, but then again, I have the recordings of those incidences, and those instances show that actually I was telling the truth. And then people want to say, oh, well, you said you would keep my name safe. Well, you know what? Only if you're helping me. If you're not helping me, you're putting my family and my friends at risk by wasting my time. If you're not keeping your end of the bargain, I'm not going to keep mine. I'm not obligated to do so. You didn't keep your end. You blew me off and wasted my time and made excuse after excuse why it's okay to victimize me. No, the fuck I don't trust you. But you're a witness. You want to tell me you're a good person? You got your opportunity to be a good person. Instead of making excuses not to try, put some goddamn effort into it. Actually try. Instead of telling me excuse after excuse not to even make an attempt. Try. If you're going to claim you're an advocate, actually advocate.